We all know that sometime last year there were changes to the UK immigration rule, especially via the skilled worker routes, and it has really affected a lot of companies, especially the companies that sold COS to people, that sold COS to immigrants, and of course they end up getting no hours of work, and this has that this process abuse of the care worker visa route. So currently, of course, since then, there has been a serious crackdown in the number of licensed companies in the UK. So as we speak, with between now between since this immigration rule up till now, the UK government is still, fishing out companies who are hiring skilled worker and not giving them time, and not giving them hours to work. No work to do, no job to do. And also those that are, selling their sponsorship, which is meant to be free from the UK government and all of that. So currently on my screen, it says increasing number of visa sponsorship licenses suspended or revoked. Should employers be worried? So in recent time, there has been an increasing number of visa sponsorship licenses that has been revoked. It means that a lot of sponsors are falling victims of all of these things, and the home office is actually, spending time uh channeling energy to, getting organizations who are actually bringing in immigrants that are in quote illegal. So it says, what should the employers do? So people management explores the implications of home office clampdown on businesses and how should they respond. Okay, so the number of employers who had their skilled worker visa license, who had their skilled worker visa sponsorship license cancelled in the second quarter of 2024 reached 1,023. That's an increment compared to just 519 in the first quarter. So in the first quarter, 519, second quarter, they reach 1,023 according to the latest Home Office data. So, says of the employer who lost their sponsorship license in the second quarter, 524 had it suspended. So 524 had it. Now, the difference between the suspension and the revocation is suspension, they are still checking you. They are still looking at, but while looking at you, they are gonna, put you on hold. You can't make use of those privileges. Then, of course, once you are guilty of whatever you were accused of, then you will be suspended. Of course, there are processes to file, you know, what's the right word now? To file appeal. Yeah, you can appeal to that. But of course, you have to, as a sponsor, you have to provide every information, every documentation, and everything that you need to provide to show that, okay, I am not guilty of this. Now it says of the employers. Okay, no. So what has caused this uptick? And it should be a concern to employers. Okay, so guys, I know in recent time there are a lot of challenges. In fact, if anybody is watching this right now who has a visa sponsorship challenge, you're in the UK and the company or the license of the company that brought you in has been revoked due to one reason or the other, I sincerely want to tell you that you are not alone on this. There are a lot of people facing this challenge right now. There are a lot of people. I'm just hoping that the UK government, we sort this out in a very good way. It's quite challenging. So now, what is the impact of this clampdown? Now you will notice that the more the Home Office look into this matter, the more they get to see that there are sponsors, they are licensed sponsors who are guilty of this, and now their company licenses are revoked, then leaving people or living immigrants who are working to become to become what now? People who used to work can no longer work because the company has been revoked, and again they get to receive message from the home office, 60 days notice and all of that. So it's quite challenging. Now, for those businesses which are heavily reliant on sponsored workers, the fallout could be existential, and which is true. Now, once your license is revoked and you get the 60 days notice, if you are not able to get your license, if you do, if your company, the company that brought you in, could not get their license back, then it means you have to get another employer who will be able to sponsor you. If you don't get another employer to be able to sponsor you, you might have to go back home. You know what that means? It's more like deportation. Also, alternatively, you will become an illegal immigrant. And I know I don't want anybody to be, victim of this. So I want us to just go through this together. Now, there will be, okay, it says for sponsors, a license suspension freezes their ability to recruit new migrant. So once your license has been taken away, you can't recruit anymore. So that's a downgrade to a B rating forces. B rating forces them into a time-bound action plan. Failure to meet certain targets can result in license revocation. Now, worst of all, there is no right of appeal, and with a mandated 12-month cooling off period before they can reapply. Now, the reputational damage is often irreversible, which is true. So, any company that their license are revoked, it's most times leave a stink, or how do I put it now, on the company, because the license has been revoked. There's a tag on the company. This company, now at some point, people need to start sharing the companies with revoked license, and then they could not do a lot of things about it. It leaves the name on the internet. People get to know this company is not licensed anymore, and you know what? If the company could provide information that, okay, now we are no longer guilty of this, or maybe after 12 months, as I read, and they re-register, people already have that idea, have the name in mind that this company is not uh legalized, is not licensed anymore. So now it says an increased number of employers having their licenses revoked or suspended can have their consequences for sponsored workers. Now, when a license is revoked, these workers face frightening prospect of losing their immigration status and scrambling to secure new sponsorship job within a mere 60 days. So imagine the effort putting money together to come into the UK, for those who bought their sponsorship, for those who didn't buy, but the company license was revoked. You given when you get 60 days, you know, to leave the country, that leaves you with a lot of fright. You see the police coming, and you just think they are coming for you, and your heart start beating. To an extent, you really can't walk freely on the street. You can't do some things. For some people, you don't have the right to rent anymore. For some, you don't have the right to work anymore. A lot of things that changed. So I don't know, but I just want to mention this before I forget. Please, if you're still finding your way into the UK, please ensure you're not paying anybody for your sponsorship. Please ensure you're not paying anybody for it, because there are consequences, there are things that people are facing here in the UK for purchasing visa sponsorship that is meant to be free by the UK government. This is also a warning to sponsors who create or register company in the name of bringing their people they've actually collected money from him. You just wake up, register a company and you want to bring those people in, and a lot of things are just happening. So please, I will encourage you to be very careful. Check the list of licensed employer before any employer brings you to the UK. Please check the list of licensed employer. Once the name of the company is there, although this list is usually regularly updated, so once the list is there, please, that's when you can go ahead. And please, I personally advise you, visa sponsorship. It's really the talk of town here in the UK right now. And it's really, there are a lot of people in those sectors that need jobs. There are job work shortages, no workers for some sectors. And it's quite challenging that even the workers that are available, those that are fall victim of being an immigrant, of illegal migrant, or illegal migration rather, and those that got employers who are not licensed anymore, facing a lot of challenges here. So guys, I want to encourage you, please don't embrace uh you know opportunities like this. They are no longer opportunities because you don't get to sleep well on them. Okay, so on the last part of this, now, to avoid losing your visa sponsorship, an organization should be UKVI audit ready at all times, as these visits can be surprise or scheduled. So now this is what the UK government does now. They no longer inform employers that they are coming to check their records, check the files, check whatever they want to check to be sure that you are not guilty of having legal migrants. That is what they do now. So anytime UKVI can come into your office, and start asking questions and all of that. So please, guys, to avoid this, just ensure you are coming into the UK the right way. The right way. I don't know, but the list of the sponsors are increasing, and I don't want it to be a victim of illegal migration. So please, guys, thank you for watching this. I just need to put this to your notice. It's a new information from the UK government. So tell people around you, who are desperate to relocate. Tell them don't relocate without having a licensed employer. Excuse me. Tell them they don't have to relocate without having a licensed employer. So guys, tonight I'm going to stop here and I'm going to see you again in my next video. Bye.